I was having a conversation the other day with a woman, a wonderful woman, on a girl chat call that she booked with me. And we ended up on the conversation of men. And I told her, I said, I don't think that women should ever deal with men if it's not your husband, if it's not your fiance, or if it's not a man that you went on a couple dates with, nothing ever came out of it, meaning nothing, you didn't sleep together or anything. And he's like, listen, I like you. I want to be with you. I don't want you to see anyone else. I don't want to see anyone else. Let's make it happen. Let's get together. And hopefully something beautiful can come out of this. I want to get married. I'm ready to settle down and get serious in life. And I feel like we have a wonderful connection and I want us to just, be exclusive. If it's outside of those three, I don't think women should ever deal with men. The only time you should be dealing with men outside of those contexts is like if you work with him, like he's your colleague, he's your coworker, he's your boss, he's your dad, your neighbor that's cutting the lawn. Outside of that, I don't think that women should have any dealings with men. Absolutely zero. Because what men do is they're energy harvesters. They're energy harvesters. And I don't want to get too deep. I'm going to share some of this for Children of the Light spiritual channel. If you guys are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to Children of the Light. Yes, it's going to be faith-based, Christian-based, but everybody, again, is still welcome, but it's faith-based, Christian-based. But we're going to talk about everything. So trust me, it's going to be so interesting. Sometimes you're going to forget it's a Christian channel because of how much we're going to debunk and how good it's going to be. But anyways, nonetheless, the Bible says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? And he obtains, that's another part that people forget. He obtains favor from the Lord. When a man has a wife, there is favor on him now through the Lord. The Lord puts favor on that man because he has a wife. He is legally binded to a woman. He obtains favor from the Lord. That means that when a man is binded to a woman, things get moving for him. Things get good for him. Things get balanced for him. That's why I always tell women, if a man is not your fiance, if he's not your husband, if he's not a man who's very serious about you, I'm not talking about a clown or a jokester who just wants to get in your pants and he's wasting time, or he's just keeping you like as a rebound or on the back burner when he wants to get his rocks off. I'm talking about serious men who's like, listen, you're it for me. Like you have all of the stuff that I want. I want to lock this down. And you'll know when a man is serious and he wants to lock it down. But outside of those three contexts, I always tell women to not deal with men. Do not deal with them. Situationships, one night stands, low key romantic friendships, sugar babying. I always tell women to stay as far away from men as possible if it's outside of those three contexts. And the reason why is because you have an energy attached to you as a woman. And the energy that you have attached to you is the ability to create. Women are portals. Men are not portals. Women are portals. Why? Because a baby ends up in your stomach. A baby ends up in your womb. You are able to push out. A child is fully developed and going to be able to grow in your womb. And your body's going to know exactly what to do when the baby's in there. That's how powerful feminine energy is. So I see no reason why a man should have any access to a woman, because he's going to harvest on your energy, sometimes unknowingly. Sometimes they're not purposefully trying to harvest off of you. That's just the spiritual law, that when a man gets with a woman, things just start going better for him, because women have creative, beautiful feminine energy. And if it's not the right man, he's gonna drain you of your life force. That's why you see have you guys seen all those videos on TikTok? And like all those videos on TikTok where the women show you them like in their relationship and they're like super overweight, puffy in the face, acne, hair falling out, slouching, crying, depressed, and there's no light in their eyes. And then when they leave the relationship, now they're back in shape, skin is clear, hair's looking nice, eyes looking bright, all beautiful and healthy. And you're like, wait a minute, I thought the woman is supposed to look all bright, beautiful, and healthy when she's in the relationship. The reason why is because a lot of these women, they're not happy. They're getting drained. They're being sucked like they are being drained, and all of their energy and life force is being sucked out of them, and they're looking like a shriveled up prune because the man is using all her feminine energy to build and create the life that he wants while draining her. Ladies, if you are single, don't deal with men. Nobody needs a man texting them good morning. Nobody needs that crap. If you're not a husband or a fiance or someone that a woman is seriously in a relationship with, nobody wants to hear from you every day. Nobody wants to have an energy exchange with you every day. And that's why a lot of women, they're like, hold on. I had a woman tell me, hey, I went on a date with this guy and it didn't really go anywhere. And he checks in with me here and there. And she told me he texted me the other day and told me, good morning, how are you? And I responded, hi, I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you? And he responded 8 hours later. And then I responded and then he didn't respond again. What does that mean? I said, he's just using you for an ego boost. That's what men need, feminine energy. Men try to flip the script and make it seem like women need to have men around. But in reality, if all women in society decided that they didn't want to deal with men anymore and they closed their legs and they stopped giving men pleasure, men would deteriorate right away. They need feminine energy to survive. They just try to flip the script on you because most men are narcissistic. They try to flip the script on you and make you seem like you can't survive without them. It's narcissism, which brings me to my next point. I was watching The Ultimatum and I'm looking at it and I'm like, majority of the men that come on these shows are full-blown narcissists. Like from the minute I see them in their intro, I can tell. And the desperation from the women on these shows is scary. My grandmother taught me since I was a little girl, you don't ever cry for a man. In life, you don't shed a tear for a man unless you were at his funeral and he was your husband, and a good husband at that. You don't cry for men. You don't cry over men. And it's sad when you watch those kind of shows. A lot of these women, they really don't see their value. You can tell that they don't, because look at what they're putting up with. Look at the nonsense from the men that they put up with just to be able to say, I have a man. A man is better than no man. A lot of women use a marriage ring or a marriage as a badge of honor. And I understand why. Society looks down on women who are not married. Society feels like if a woman is not married, she is expired, or she's unworthy, or something's wrong with her, or she's useless. So I understand why women would see marriage as some type of badge of honor, but at what cost though? If you want to be married to someone, you want to be married where the man is healthy and he treats you well and he's emotionally and mentally stable, which a lot of them are not. And then they come in and they harvest your energy and they're sleeping with you every day. It's disgusting. You got to spread your legs for them a couple times a week and they treat you awfully. And because of that simple access that they have to get inside of you, their life goes well. It's energy harvesting. Now, shout out to... hold up. Let me find her information on TikTok. I got to shout her out. So shout out to Saint to Siren. She posts a lot of cool TikToks. Actually, one of her TikTok videos is what inspired me to make this video. Her name is Saint to Siren, SAINT, Saint to Siren on TikTok. She posted a cool video about, you guys know the rapper Young Thug, and how he was in prison and all these women were calling him, and I guess he was talking to them and talking to 10 other women, and a lot of the women would be on the phone with him saying, I love you, do you love me, I love you, do you love me, and just giving him all of this attention, and he wasn't very responsive to it in a romantic way, but like these women, all of your energy is being harvested by that one man. That's why men like having more than one woman at a time. More woman, more power, more energy, more feminine energy. That's why a lot of men with a lot of money, they have like 10, 15 women around them. That's why men, when they get a nice, pretty boat, 10 to 15 pretty women on the boat. They need women around them because of the energy that women provide. Because of the energy that women provide. It's literally what it is. I always tell women, do not deal with men. If it's not your husband and he's not trying to become a husband, not just wasting your time, using up your body, using up your energy, your time, your warmth, your care. If he's not trying to be a husband, he needs to get out of your way. Husbands only. You want me to cook for you? That's for husbands. You want to sleep around? That's for husbands. Waiting for marriage to sleep with a man is not something that only Christian people do. It's something that majority of women should be practicing. Or at least waiting until you're in a committed relationship with that person, even if it's not a marriage, but it's a committed relationship with that person. Then you can share that beautiful, wonderful, passionate moment. Because he will use your energy, especially for women who have strong energy. And if you have strong energy, I think I've spoken about this, but I'll talk about this more on the spiritual channel. But for those of you women who are like, you have powerful energy, like when you walk in a room, heads turn, and it has nothing to do with beauty. It's just people stare at you a lot. When you're at Walmart, people are staring at you. Everywhere you go, people are just staring at you. It's like you put people in a trance. That means you have powerful energy. And the wrong man having access to that, he's going to become addicted to you like a drug. And that's where things start to get dangerous. When a man gets a taste of that beautiful, potent, feminine energy, and you end up sleeping with that man, he becomes addicted to your energy and it becomes dangerous. And that's how a lot of women get removed from the land of the living. You need to understand the power of the feminine energy within you. Some women are just sitting there, I'm just texting him because I'm bored. I'm just on FaceTime with him for hours because I'm bored. Yeah, I'm just going out to eat with him. I don't really like him that much because I'm bored. Yeah, he hasn't asked me for a relationship yet, but I'm going to keep sleeping with him and chasing him around to see if he'll give me one. I don't think women should ever deal with a man outside of the three contexts that I spoke about. Men it's like they don't exist. Non-existent species, unless they're in those three contexts. It's don't give them your power. Don't give your power away. It's yours. Your feminine energy is for you to create and build a beautiful life for yourself. And then you're going to meet a masculine man, not the feminine men that are in 2024 that are talking about what they're talking about, but you're going to meet a masculine man, a go-getter man, who then you can intertwine with him, the right man. Now, I'm going to share a story with you guys that's actually a little bit scary. I'm going to try to find the I'm going to try to find the video. So there's this pastor that I love listening to. His name is Pastor John Anosike. He is an African pastor in South Africa. And I watch some of his content on YouTube. He's a Christian pastor. And I'm going to try to see if I can find the video, because it was some freaky stuff, y'all. There was a video or a snippet or a short, I think it was, of this woman that went up to him, because in his services, some people go there for prayer because they have some type of illness, or they have some type of spell on them that they're trying to get off of them or something like that. And this woman came up to him, and she was literally deteriorating. I don't know if you guys know what that disease is called. Maybe someone can put it in the comment section. Of when a woman, like not a woman, when you have like those fingers that are like scrunched up. I don't know how you call that. Like your fingers are like scrunched. She had like scrunched up fingers. She had boils all over her body. She had stiff arms, and she was walking up to him kind of like a scarecrow. It was a very scary thing to watch. And she was like, Pastor, pray for me. Pray for me. I don't know what's going on. Pray for me. Pray for me. She says she's been going to doctor. They can't find what's wrong. Like she was like, y'all, she was tore up. Okay. Tore up. Okay. And he said, he looked at her. And he said, come here, let me pray for you. So she came up to him, and he laid hands on her, and God showed him a vision of what happened to her. And he told her, he said, I know why you're like that. She said, why? He said, do you have a husband? She's like, no. He said, okay, but do you have a man in your life? She's like, yeah, I have a boyfriend. And I think she told him, your boyfriend did that to you. And she's like, what do you mean? He said, your boyfriend is a warlock, and he's been taking her panties or something like that. Like, you know, when you're about to like get intimate with a man, you give off, women, you give off whatever, and it gets on your panties sometimes. And I guess that after they had their adult business, he would take her panties with her fluid on the panty and go take it somewhere. And every time he would go and take it somewhere, he would get a lump sum of money. So this man was very wealthy, but he was wealthy because he's energy harvesting from different women. That's why he's so wealthy. And she said, no, there's no way. And she falls on the floor, and he's crying. She's like, there's no way. He said, there's no way. Let me show you something. And he put his hand on her head so he can like transfer his visions to her. And she saw a vision of the man going and like taking her panties to a shrine and exchanging it or doing some type of ritual with it to stack up on money. And I guess that guy was like her sugar daddy, or some guy who was just her exchanging her body and her time for money or something like that. And she was shaking. He said, get up. It's okay. God's going to help you. Get up. I'm going to break the spell. I'm going to break whatever he did to you. I'm going to break it, but get up, get off the ground. And when she got off the ground and he prayed for her and she walked away and she left, he said to the congregation, he said, ladies, please work hard. Work hard. Put your all into your work. Ask God to bless you. Stop chasing after these men with money, this culture of trying to chase and get in bed with a man who have millions of dollars. That can get very dangerous. I'm not saying that men with money are dangerous, because there are men who are broke who are dangerous too. But just get your life in order. And you never want to be feeling like you're forced to exchange your body with a man because financially you're not in a good place. You want to try to avoid that. No judgment to that, because I get it. Life can get difficult, especially financially. But you guys, I'm going to try to find the video. I may forget. If I do, please somebody come back to this video and remind me. I'm going to try to find the short so I could put it in the link so you guys can see that. Because when I saw that video, like my jaw dropped. And I'm like, he was harvesting her energy for money. Energy harvesting is a real thing. That's why like earlier today, I had a couple construction workers come to my home because I had a couple of things that I needed to get fixed and things that I needed mounted on the walls. And when construction workers come to my home, I sit there as they work and I'm on my computer because I don't want them to, they can grab whatever they want from your house, your panties, your bra. You know, they can go in your husband's room and get his boxers, or grab an old, belt, and now your man can't make money anymore. Money's getting hard. Like, these things are real. People really do these kind of things to people. And you have to be aware of that. And God is going to expose that to you. Yes. So toxic men harvest women's energy. And, this stuff is so real, because I remember I was working at this job a couple of years ago, and I worked with predominantly men at this job. It was one of the best jobs I ever had. And I got to learn a lot about men working at that job. And there was this one, he had just got a divorce, and he started dating this woman. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, you're dating her. Okay, that's cool. Like, do you see you having a life with her? He's like, oh, her? No, absolutely not. I said, oh, okay, well, do you see yourself at least getting into a long-term relationship with her? Oh, no, absolutely not. And I'm like, so then why are you seeing her? He's like, because I like the attention. I like having someone that I can sleep with and get my rocks off, a couple of days out of the week. I like having someone that's nurturing me. I like having someone that's asking me how I'm doing. It's like, she's always there for me. Like, she's so warm. She's always there for me, but I definitely don't want anything serious. He's not going to tell her that. He's just going to soak up her feminine energy and use her time and use up her body. He's not going to tell her that, but he's telling me that. And that shows you that that's how majority of men are. That's how majority of men think. Okay?